guys, your boy Benny. Inflation is the crippling tax that gets passed on to all of us when the government spends too much money. And I don't care what they say the rate of inflation is. It doesn't matter. Oh, it's at 1%. Oh, it's at 3%. Yay, congratulations, only at 3%. What does gas cost right now? Is it double what it was a few years ago? What's your grocery bill? Is it double? What's the price of a Big Mac? Has the price of a Big Mac gone up 100%? Yes, it has. This is real inflationary pressure. I don't care what the government says the rate of inflation is. Everything is more expensive, and it's breaking the backs of families. And of course, the government is the reason for all inflation, as stated by the great Milton Friedman, probably the greatest economist in world history, the man who defeated the horrific inflation of the 1980s, 70s, and 80s by a simple theory, by pinning the reason for inflation on the actual reason for inflation here.
Inflation is made in Washington because only Washington can create money. And any other attribution to other groups of inflation is wrong. Consumers don't produce it. Producers don't produce it. The trade unions don't produce it. Foreign sheiks don't produce it. Oil imports don't produce it. What produces it is too much government spending and too much government creation of money and nothing else.
So yeah, the printing of money causes inflation. This is pretty obvious. The government spending money and printing more of it and spending it on dumbass things makes your dollars worth less. If there's more of something, then that thing is going to be worth less. Yeah? Yeah? Okay. So, I mean, I am no whiz, and nor am I any mathematician, nor would I ever claim to be an economist or anyone particularly smart with these kind of things. You don't want me to do your family, budgeting, and you definitely don't want me to do your taxes. But this is obvious to anyone. And so that's why I only ever trust the politicians with the chainsaws. This is how you should be campaigning. This is the great Javier Milei of Argentina with a chainsaw saying and signifying that he's going to cut the reason for inflation. So long live freedom is what he says. Long live freedom. He says, I will be cutting the reason for inflation. The reason for inflation is the government and the government's stupid expenditures on things. He says time and time again, there are idiotic institutions inside of our government that we spend a lot of money on, and we are going to eliminate these institutions. This is how he campaigned for the president of Argentina, which is famously a country that has suffered double-digit inflation for the better part of the last 40 years. Argentina has never been able to get their inflation under control, and by taking the Milton Friedman approach to politics, by cutting and slashing government with a chainsaw, Javier Milei has been able to win, not just theoretically. I mean, one, he won. He is the president of Argentina. And then two, he won, period. Goal, he says here, which of course is speaking the love language of Argentina in referencing the game of soccer. So what exactly was the goal that was reached? Well, look at this. Argentina, Javier Milei, celebrates the first week without inflation in 30 years. Holy smokes. The media and politicians around the world highlighted the economic achievement of the Argentinian president. He's only been in office for 6 months. And look at this. Zero inflation. Inflation down to zero. Check out these charts. Here we go. So here is, this is effectively like through his term. These are the rates of inflation. Here you have negative, and now you are effectively like doing positive numbers for the Argentinian economy. How'd he do this? How did he do this? He fired 30,000 government workers. He fired the glut beast of government in Argentina. And here he is posting 0% inflation. First time in 30 years that there was 0% inflation. Posted this on Instagram. Incredible. 340,000 likes. Populism is popular. Long live freedom, he says. Remarkable. Just remarkable. It actually works. This actually works. Been a historic week in Argentina, a country known for its high inflation. For the first week without price increases in food or beverages in 3 decades, according to the private consulting firm. In other words, for each of the past 30 years, food and beverage prices have done nothing but increase until the 3rd week of June in 2024, where they remained the exact same. This is seen as a massive, massive success. Food inflation during the last months finally reaching 0. Analysis of 8,000 online supermarket prices showed that the monthly rise will be 3% overall inflation, including items beyond food, was higher due to tariffs. Javier Milei echoed the news on social media. Libertarian leader took to the fight inflation as soon as he was inaugurated. Milei inherited annual inflation rate of 142%. 142%. And record debt. That's what he was handed. A good week crowns a good month for the Libertarian. In addition to his first legislative victories since he took the reins of the country more than 4 months ago, he received warm welcome in a series of international meetings, and he was awarded in Spain a meeting with the International Monetary Fund and invited to the G7 and to meet the Pope. And he's been making headlines around the globe. He also met with Elon Musk. So all of it. Jordan Peter saying, congratulations, Javier Milei, with the awesome photo of the chainsaw. Argentinian President Milei has reached one of his stepping stone goals for the first week without inflation in Argentina in over 30 years. Good for you. It's so unbelievably inspiring. This is so awesome. He celebrates inflation figures football style by saying, "Go, very Argentinian." You can win. Argentina reports first single-digit inflation in 6 months as markets swoon. The markets are now inflowing enormous amounts of money into a government where the president campaigns with a chainsaw in order to cut federal government, fires 30,000 government workers, and calls leftists and liberals leftards.
El zurdo de mierda no le podés dar ni un milímetro.
¿Me puedes definir zurdo de mierda? Que no
Todos los que,
entiendo?
digamos, los colectivistas, los que ponen, digamos, o sea, esa idea. A ver,
¿Por qué le pones de mierda, digamos?
porque son una mierda.
Why do you call them shit? Because they are shit. And this is the man who's leading to the renaissance of Argentina. Incredible. I mean, like, inflation is horrible in America, and food inflation, we talk about it all the time on this program. It's terrible. It causes so much pain for people. And now this man is changing everything by just firing government workers and stopping spending in government. Javier Milei equals hero, says Mike Lee, base Mike Lee. He's controlling inflation. He's fighting for his own people rather than expanding government and seeking praise from leftist media. The media then lies about him. This is because Javier Milei rejects the progressive myths and exposes the left's empty promises. They are empty promises. And it's just so awesome. It's so awesome to see. For the first time in 30 years, Argentina has 0% inflation on food. Javier Milei is becoming the most successful Western leader since the fall of the Berlin Wall. And he goes, I mean, it's true. You can't, there is no other explanation. Argentina's inflation hit 0 for the first time. Libertarian economics are powerful. If the United States returned to its roots, we could see these same results. For now, we can only enjoy seeing Javier Milei restore his great nation. We can do it here. We could do it here. I mean, we have this terrible inflation in this country, and it is really hurting people. And I think it's the number one reason why Donald Trump's up in every single poll. And Donald Trump and Javier Milei really like each other. Like, really like each other. Here, they're like hugging here. Like hugging and clapping each other on the sides. And Donald Trump saying, make Argentina great again. Well, he is doing that. Now it's time to make America great again. Ladies and gentlemen, here's hoping. Come on, we can manifest this. Like, you think all these things are bad and they can't be fixed. They actually can be fixed. And they can be fixed quickly. Stop spending money that we don't have. Fire a bunch of redundant government workers and signal to the markets that you're going to be serious people. And good things come from that. That's what loving your nation is like. That's what loving your people looks like. This is what populism is, and populism is popular. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.